yourself down. Audio. 1, 2, 3. Test. All right. Welcome back to the stage of history. What's up, everybody? Hopefully you all are doing well today, having a good day. None of that bullshit. Today been alright for me. Pretty good, pretty good. Got a new set of glasses, fresh out the optometrist office, so got that going on. Let me see if I can flip this camera. Nope, wait. Nope, that's actually right. Because this is the top and that's the bottom. Yeah, that actually worked out good. Focus looks jacked right now though. As you can see, I am continuing on my animation from last week. Last week we started our pencil and paper animation eyeball coming out of the skull. Let's see if this works. There we go. And let's see about this. Nope, that is a little too bright on camera. Turn that back off because backlighting is pretty good. And this might ruin everything. Does not ruin anything. We're just gonna turn that back off. Alright, looks like we're all set up and ready to go. So, like I said, last week we started on our traditional animation. We've got our eyeball here, which is gonna be coming out of our zombie skull, which we enhanced last week. This is an animation that I did long ass time ago. It was my first pencil and paper animation that I showed off in last week's episode. We had a zombie face and the eyeball kind of comes out, scatters across the ground, explodes a little bit. Pretty basic. But like I said, it was my first traditional animation. So I wanted to revisit this project as I am showing off how to animate with just paper. Paper I'm using, in case you missed last episode, is Animation Bond I got from lightfootltd.com. Animation paper is rather expensive. And as I said before, I'm looking into a bootleg solution that I will like to try out here. I'll probably try it out live on stream. So if it works out, great. Then that'll save some people some costs if they want to try to animate with pencil and paper. And if it doesn't work, then I will be just a failure and suck at life. One of the things, as I mentioned before, that makes animation paper expensive are the holes at the top of the paper to go onto the animation peg bar that keeps all the pages lined up. Because that is an essential component of creating an animation on paper. You gotta have the paper line up. Anyway, last week we colored in the zombie skull. We added a new layer of animation, which will be the hair of the zombie, because we're gonna have that moving. We also added the eyelid layer, so I can have the eyelid slowly open, blink a couple times before the actual eyeball comes out of the skull. It's not really a skull, it's more of a decayed, severed head, because it's still got some flesh on it, but the flesh is pretty raunchy. Pulling it out of the stack there so I can lay that up there. And here's our background layer. As you can see, it'll be here. Eyeball will come out I follow this path that I've laid out and end up down here somewhere. So he's got this kind of rotted flesh kind of going here, so I'm gonna peel this guy back off because I don't want anything to happen to that, and put that back over here. That I have a little pile of stacks off to the side, separated by the layers. And now we're working on our main layer that we started last week, which is our eyeball layer, which is our main layer of animation. We've got just 5 frames done. Now that I have a frame counter up here, which if you're animating on paper, I cannot stress how important it is to put a frame counter or a drawing counter or some kind of indication somewhere up top where it's not gonna be part of your animation, just so you can keep track of the order of the frames, because you definitely don't want your cat or your little brother or sister or your wife to just pick it up and rearrange all the papers, because that kind of stuff happens. And that way you don't have to go on a killing spree. You can just put it back in order. Cheers. Got my white wine as usual. And let's dive right in. As I mentioned, tonight we might display a episode of Pimp Saga. We might actually show off Pimp Saga episode 1 tonight, if I feel up to it, if the stream goes well. It all depends. Might do it, might not. That is something to be determined. One thing I got that I did not have last time was a protractor. I've been using this stencil here that I've since added some tape markers to make a nice circle for my eye and iris and pupil and all that good stuff. But then I realized I wanted to add a protractor in as another tool to use. That way I can measure the arc of the pupil rotation, because I want to keep that fairly consistent so I can have a nice smooth roll of the eyeball. Work smarter, not harder. Instead of eyeballing it like I had been doing, I'm going to just use a protractor so I can measure. I'm probably going to do about 10 degrees of rotation. I might change that, but for right now I'm just going to guess that I'm going to be doing about 10 degrees of rotation. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're feeling really froggy, donations are definitely appreciated. And as I'm just starting out, you know, one of the biggest things you can do is like and follow and tell your friends about it. Like, hey, want to learn how to animate? There's this crazy dude who drinks and animates on stream while listening to semi-decent background YouTube music that's copyright free, so he doesn't get in trouble. I ain't gonna lie, some of these beats are pretty hot. I was jamming last time on a couple songs. This one right here though, I'm not really feeling it. For those of you who are wondering, I am listening to the hip hop and rap music YouTube audio library, copyright free music. Some pretty nice beats in there, but that's not one of them. I'm sorry to whoever made it. I'm just not feeling it. Not my style. Some of these beats in here, I'm not sure they're 100% copyright free, because they sound real similar to some interesting songs that I know. I like this one here. Alright. So, let's get going. get some good overlap here so I can get that slow in. And then when I get about right here in the arc, so I'm going to start spacing out my drawings a little bit more to speed it up. Nothing too extreme. And as I mentioned last for, when I hit this mark here, I'm probably going to be at maximum stretch. I think I want to start my stretch about here, which I should mark, which I'm going to do right about now, so I don't forget that this is where I want to start my stretch. And then of course when we hit that bottom, we're going to squash, because squash and stretch is definitely our animation principles. You gotta stick to the basics in all things that we do in animation. Can't get around it. You cooperate. This little light box I have is really nice because it was cheap and I could afford it. But as you can see in the camera, it is very thin. This is not part of it. I got this off Amazon. I want to say about $7. I can't remember. But it is just USB powered, pretty bright, very nice, inexpensive, but the one I got was kind of cheaply made. The USB hole is kind of loosey-goosey, so my cord keeps coming out. For this stream, I don't want to deal with it too much, so I threw some tape on it to kind of help minimize how much I'll be fidgeting back and forth with it. Alright. And as before, what I am doing is I'm marking it out on pencil, but then when I go back to ink, I'm going to freehand it on top and trace instead of using a stencil, so I can keep it a little bit on the dirty side. I'm trying to remember my colors and what went where. So that's that. Then I ink it. Then I use that for the put down my this is to stop the bleed through, and I'm gonna go ahead and just ink this guy right here. Or do I want to put down, yeah, I'm gonna put down the iris first. Okay, time for this guy. See, so this guy's right here, so I want this guy, come on, let there be light, stop being a bitch. Then I need my color pencil for this part. And then I need this guy. Should be right here. Right. And then we're just gonna drop that guy in. So, and this is what we're gonna be doing. Just working away, twerking away, try and keep my hands conscious of the camera. But as I get deeper into the work, I'm probably gonna forget and just kind of do what's comfortable. I'll try to remind myself to keep my hands in view of the keep the artwork in the camera, so you're not watching just a pair of hands for the whole stream, because that would be just rude. What is going on? Oh my God, what is going on here? I am going to be I believe I'm having some technical difficulties. If I'm not, I apologize that I'm sidetracked and distracted right now, but it's looking like looks like I got logged out of my stuff, and I can't even tell if I'm online streaming right now. Kind of mad. Am I streaming right now or not? I can't tell. That is not good. Not good at all. Okay, I am still online. Okay, I don't know what the world was going on with Restream, but it's like wigged out and it was like completely gone. But I am still going strong. Okay. back to work. It's so weird holding my arm like that. I know it's probably in the camera now. I apologize. I just cannot do that angle and make it look good. It's alright though. It's okay if it's got a little divot. It won't hurt now. Most people won't even notice a single frame. Most people won't. I'll tell you though, but when you start animating, those frames really start to jump out at you. And you, like, even you sit there walking by, you just notice them out of place frame for some reason. All right. Just want to make sure this dries before I take away my little bleed blocker. That doesn't look... Am I using the wrong... Did I use the wrong pen? My border looks very extra. I think it'll be okay. This beat is hot though. Alright, let's grab another sheet and keep it move on. Under normal, well, I don't want to say normal because there's different ways to do things. Normally I wouldn't animate with doing the inking and coloring as I'm animating. Normally I would just animate all the way through and then go back and ink and color. Just because it was kind of you know, it makes it easier to make corrections and stuff like that if you're a little less invested with the animation when you don't have ink and color. But because we're just doing something so simple, I don't feel it's that need to be prudent. Okay, so now I'm starting to separate a little bit more. We're gonna go get my spacing up a little bit more now, so I can increase the speed at which the eyeball here moves. I need to sharpen this pencil. Maybe that's one of the issues I'm having here. So anyway, not too much. All right, hopefully this goes well. Things continue on. We might get get down to here maybe tonight. I want to move this little guy along. Again, I apologize for the arm, but that's the only way I can do this comfortably. I'll try and make this quick. Right, that's that guy. Now doing these angles, it's going to get trickier and trickier as you get more space. What if I flip it like this? And then line up the bottom. Yeah, 25. And that one's at 20. This one's at 25. Now I put this one at 30. Okay, iris goes right there. Then I come over here. Line that up. That's that. That was a pretty good beat. I like that one. Cheers. this has been a fun project. Revisiting something old and redoing it to kind of show myself where I've grown. Can't wait to set them side by side. Okay, yeah, we definitely got some. I think I'm. Nah, that's good. Yeah, that's looking good. I can probably do one more frame on this. Then I'm gonna have to peel some of these off so I can see through a bit better. BRB. Oops, sorry, forgot to mute the mic. Oh well. That was a weird little twitch there. I said twitch. Anyway, hopefully that makes it a little better on the camera. Let's see if we can keep it moving. we're going to start to really push the spatial separation between the layers. So we went like that with the last one. I'm going to go about here. Now this one's going to be where we're going to start our start stretching it. So first let's line up our stencil with our arc. Now this one need to go really light. And now what we're going to do is freehand a little bit. And we're going to pull our circle back like so. It's way too much. Hopefully I can get this really clear, because I don't know what they made this paper with. I mean, it's obviously, you know, like a tracing paper, but when you erase on it too much, it kind of like ruins it. Even though your drawing is gone, like if you use too much pressure, it messes up like the top layer of the paper or something. That makes it kind of weird. It like changes the way it feels, and the way it takes the medium you're working on. I'm liking this stretch, but at the same time, it seems like it's too much. Like to go from there to that. I mean, but at the same time, we do want to exaggerate it, because if I don't stretch it enough, then you won't get to see the stretch. I don't think I want to stretch this any more than that. I think I've pushed it way to the limit. And I want to back it up some, which is what I'm going to do. Take that down. And bring it just in a little bit more. Much better. get into that. I'm sitting here laughing, thinking, you know, the iris is like looking like as it's falling, it's like smack right in the eyeball. Well, obviously it's right in the eyeball. It's only the eyeball. So yeah, I think I want to, if the timing works out, I don't want to change my rotation speed here too much. Where's my flipping protractor? Alright, so from the bottom to the pupil, we got 30. So from the bottom, you want to go about 35. It's a weird song. Sounds like a freaking some Jeepers Creepers shit. All right. All right, this is starting to look like one stretched out eyeball. Alright, yeah, I am gonna peel off some of these drawings. I'm gonna keep 8. And I think I want to keep 7. So we're gonna keep 8 and 7. And then 6 on down, we're gonna peel off and add to our keep our map. All right. There. That should be, yeah, much clearer. There we go. Where's my... Okay, I gotta open up a new pack of paper. Give my brain a break. Anyway. So let me know in the comment section how the stream is working. I'm testing out a new stream setup using new stream software, different settings. From everything I can tell on my end, the stream is running smoother than before, and there's a lot of less lag than before. My previous 2 episodes had mad lag. I felt like I was maybe about 45 seconds, probably even longer. It felt like, you know, I wasn't able to watch much of my stream as I was streaming, but just like a little bit here and there for, you know, quality check. And the lag was really bad, really bad. And as I'm new to streaming, I didn't know how bad it was. You know, it's kind of like, you know, I didn't have anything to compare it to. But watched a video or 2 on some recommended settings and got Streamlab OBS. I was using just OBS before, and was just using default settings before, so that's another reason why I got the improved, what seems to be much more improved. Streaming is going a lot faster. Alright. No, you better not be wrinkled. I swear. Oh, fucking, oh my god. This paper's way too expensive for it to be coming in wrinkled. I'm just gonna peel off a decent stack for me to work with tonight. That should be enough. And if not, I'll get more. Okay. Alright. Number that guy. Drawing number 9. This time I'm just going to freehand the circle because I got to stretch it out, and I'm going to not completely freehand, but I'm just going to make some marks, kind of see how I want to do. Use this little guy. 1, 2, 3. Go 1, 2, 3. Then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. this axis, and we should have a nicely proportioned, stretched out circle. And we just gotta that is one extremely stretched out eyeball. I don't know if I want it stretched that much. I'm thinking, trying to, let's get some light on the subject.
Are you listening?
Looks a little bit more diamond. Need to round this off some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks a hell of a lot much better. Yeah, I like that. I'm sitting here and playing it in my head, seeing it how I think it'll play out, and I think I like it. I think it's exaggerated to where I want to take it, which is a good thing. Now, inking this bitch is gonna be a trick. Try and do this in one go. Alright. Not perfect, but pretty good. Stop. Whew. Almost. I forgot my bleed blocker. I'm just like, no. Because that would be no bueno. Keeping it pushing. That is so silly. It's actually quite what I want. How's it going, Game Rickster? See you chiming in from Twitch. Cheers. I hope you got yourself a drink. If not, it's okay. Welcome to the stream. So as you can see, hopefully you can, yeah, you can see a little bit. Is at this point, now that I actually have a gap in between drawings where there's complete space. It's a small space, but there's an actual complete space. Because at this point, we want the animation to speed up. So we're putting more spacing in between our drawings. Increase that spacing so it'll travel further. When we were up here high in the arc, their drawings were pretty much right on top of each other, and they're spreading out as we come down and gaining speed. And as we're gaining speed, we're increasing our stretch, because that's one of our animation principles, that squash and stretch. And of course, we're going to squash on our impact. I don't want to stretch it any more than this. So I'm going to reuse this drawing as a reference. What I will do is mark spacing with a dot. Let's see, I got about 1/4 of an inch, so we want to increase that to about here, because we want to keep accelerating all the way to impact. That's going to give us that punch that we want. Now we're going to take off our top layer. Our top layer playoff from the Himalayas. So we can move it. Now this is going to be tricky. You know what? I'm just going to free do it. Alright kids, do not try this at home. The peg bar is there for a reason. It keeps your drawings in line, and I'm intentionally not using my peg bar because I want to use my previous drawing as a model, so I can keep the same amount of stretch. that like that. And then I gotta keep the sheets even and level, which is extremely hard to do. Working without a net here, people. Okay, I think that's close enough. Okay. Where's my pencil? Okay. There we go. No! I knew that was going to happen. I didn't factor in the rotation of the arc. So, what I can do, instead of trying to... Where's my scrap sheet? I'm going to make a new model. Now what do I want to use? I want to use my thick pen pencil with a heavy stroke. Do I want to use red to make it really visible? I kind of want to use red to make it really visible underneath the paper. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god. I just ruined my fucking... Oh man. I knew I shouldn't. Idiot. Flipping idiot. So this frame is ruined now because now I have this red ring around it because I was being a dumbass. Freaking rookie mistake. Now I feel like a chump. Where is my cap? So I can put a cap on this marker. What did I do with the marker cap? Here it is. Alright. Can't believe I did that. New frame 9, part 2, B. going straight into inking because I want to continue making dumbass mistakes. Alright, now where did I put my... Alright. Alright, keeping it pushing. Mistakes happen. Still feel like crap though. But it's alright. Now you see what not to do. Yeah, this is red to make it nice and bright. Yeah. Dummy. Anywho. Keeping it pimping. Got our dingy eye. It's all stretched out now. And if you notice, I brought it back a little bit. Give a little less gap. But keeping that stretch where I want it. Next up, number 10. And again, I'm gonna just freehand it in. Because I'm living life dangerous. Cheers. No offense to whoever made these musics. These non-copyright YouTube musics, they're good, don't get me wrong, but it's just not what I normally work to. I'm really having a hard time finding a good one that's really like jamming, you know what I mean? I'm gonna switch it, switch to R&B. See what we got in the R&Bizzle section. You misspelled boogie. Wait, did they seriously misspell boogie? Let me go back. They seriously misspelled boogie. Boogie has 2 O's. What I really want to listen to is some Aretha Franklin. Rest in peace. Kind of fake ass shaft beat is this? Come on now, y'all fucking up my mojo. This is frustrating, like when the music is taken away from my mode. I'm gonna have to sit down one of these days and make a custom playlist of non-copyright music I can work with. This right here is just killing me right now. Come on, give me something. Give me something I can jam to. And why are you playing the same songs? Okay. I can work with this. Yeah, I can work with that. Gotta keep it moving. Keep it moving. Animation smoothing. Right. It's gonna be time to peel off in a minute. Okay, so from this side we got it at 35. So we want to take it to about 30. Like that. Please remember, even if you are not watching live, if you have questions, feel free to leave questions in the comment section on YouTube. You can also I don't know how long Twitch keeps archive videos. I don't think Picarto keeps archive videos at all, which is why I'm also streaming to YouTube. So that way, there's a record. You can watch previous episodes. Main episode I recommend to always watch is that first one, despite how rough it is. It's got those animation principles in it. You kind of want to make sure you get those understood, because they're important. They're important to animation. They have been since animation's been a thing, at least since the production of Snow White is when I think they said, hey, let's come up with a list and make it official, because we're the 9 old men. That's my impression of the 9 old men. Anywho, I still got remnants of that other eye. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Looks like you can. That's something I'll probably clean up in the computer in Photoshop. This is looking really, really nice. How the F did I still get bleed through? Jeez. I'm just... Goose faba. Woosah. All that good shit. Hello, Sunny Zun. Looks like you are chatting in from YouTube, if I'm reading this little window correctly. How you doing today? I am taking a... I wouldn't call it a break, just a quick second. My wine glass is currently empty, and that is a problem. Alright. Wine glass is now full, so I am back. All right. I think I can do, I want to say, one more sheet, and then I'm probably going to have to peel off again, so I can get good see-through in the previous drawings. Now for this one, I want to get a little bit of, at least the same amount of gap, if not slightly. Yeah, I gotta peel this off. It's getting too thick. That's what she said. Oh! So peel these two off. Then take this page and this page and this page off. Set these on my finished stack. Put these back on. Much better. Now I want to put a little bit of gap right about there. All right. This beat's nice. It's not fucking up my flojo. All right. Right. Oh, I got a little bit more up here. All right. We are almost to our... Did I just do what I just think I just did? I sure did. I'm just not having a good day today. I mean, I am having a good day, but I'm making some mistakes left and right. And I put the lead blocker paper underneath the wrong layer. I might redo this one. Maybe. I'll think about it. Because this last one, it's got so much extra. There's that. Yep, I'm redoing this layer. That way I don't have to worry about cleaning it up in Photoshop and all that kind of stuff later. I'm just going to redo that frame. Sacrifice another tree. Well, the tree's already been killed, so. Pull you off, set you off to the side, put you on top. Right. Now I just gotta redo this thing. Alright, you cord you. Let's see, what can I do with this cord? This cord is becoming a distraction. I think I have yeah, I'm just gonna tape a piece of masking tape to tape it in place right quick so I can stop fidgeting with it. It's becoming too much of a distraction. There we go. Much better. All right. That's that. That's that. All right. Much cleaner. I'm glad I decided to just redo this frame because I don't want my animation looking like garbage. Even if it is just one frame, and even if nobody else noticed it, I noticed it, and it would have bothered me. And like I said, I could have cleaned it up in Photoshop, but I want to, as I mentioned in last episode, I want to keep computer interaction to a minimum. I'm not going to do some cleanup in Photoshop, I'm just going to. But I don't want to do a lot of cleanup in Photoshop, because once I start down that path, I'm going to be like, ooh, I can do this, ooh, I can do that. Next thing I know, I got sparks and whistles and freaking Dragon Ball Z auras coming out of the zombie face for no reason, just because I can in a computer. Okay, so we've got a new frame 10. We can take away old frame 10. Set it off to the side. It is now garbage, but it can still serve as a test sheet of paper. Test sheets are important. Test materials are always important, so you can try out your colors and things of that nature. Because I don't care what the cap shows, it doesn't match what you actually see on the paper. So that's why it's always good to have some extra paper around, or a blank canvas, or whatever you're working with. Have something extra that you can try out your materials on, your pencils, your pens, your acrylics, your oil paints, just so you can see exactly how it's gonna look on that medium. Alright, now let me put a little mark on this so I know it's not anything of value other than scratch. Right. Let's turn my light back on. Just give me the light. Now we can can probably fit in one more before we, yeah, we'll do one right here. And then turning it to the side will be our squash. Alright, so this will work good right here. Still debating on whether or not I want to showcase the episode of Pimp Saga or something else tonight. I might, we'll see. See how it goes as the night progresses. It's some old Beastie Boys shit right here. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, there's definitely some old Beastie Boys shit right here. So now we need to crank it down to 15, 15, 15. Wait a minute. 25, 30, 25. We need to be down to 20 for the city. This is lining up very, very nice, because we're gonna get that right on the freaking ground. It's gonna be like right in the eye socket, which makes no sense because the eye socket's way back up here. You know what I mean. Okay, keeping it moving. One thing with my new setup I do not know is how much of a chat delay do I have. I don't know how long it takes for somebody to type something and then for me to see it. Hopefully it's not too much of a chat delay, because that would be unfortunate. And also got to come up with some good commands for my stream. I'll probably come up with a save your shit command, like exclamation point save for those Twitch users. So I think it's really cool how Twitch offers a little interactivity with the stream, like little commands that people can put in to make things happen, like sounds and effects and all that kind of jazz. I'm not even gonna say nothing. Not even going to say anything. Because I believe I janked up. No, that's not too bad. I can clean that. I'll just clean that up. That's not worth a redraw. Wrist is really hurting. I think I like slept on it wrong or something a couple nights ago. My left wrist has really been killing me. Luckily it's my left wrist and not my right wrist. So I can function with just my right hand for the most part. Let's see. Whew, I think I need to give my hands a break. And while I'm doing that, I can think about how I want to do my squash. And use my stretch as my squash. And have it go like that. I want to do 2 quick frames. So maybe like this, but kind of like this. And then where's that one I had before? Number 8. Number 8 is what I will use. that works out really nice. Whether or not this is rotation accurate, this is where we're going to have them touch down. That beat wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. This part is going to be on 2s. Upper level on 3s, I think. Thinking about how much squash I want to do on these following bounces. Definitely not the same amount. This is going to be my most extreme stretch and squash throughout the whole animation. I might do a little bit of a squash here. Definitely not here on. No squash on the bounce. Here it'll be a half squash, kind of like I did in that last frame. some happy, happy eyes. Some happy little eyes. All right. Pardon me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud in the microphone. It's starting to get dark here. This is going to be my last frame on this stack before I peel off. I had a brighter light box, but this is on the low for the budget. And plus it's flat, so I could take it to school with me when I was in school, so I wouldn't have to make that mad rush to borrow a light box from the equipment room whenever there's a project going on, because it's like, hey, everyone's taking the same class, you got all these people doing the same project, you know, it's not enough stuff to go around sometimes, so it's first come, first serve. This eye hit so hard, it's gonna have a concussion. I don't know how just the eyeball can have a concussion, but this eyeball has a concussion. Okay, definitely time to peel off. That was getting hard to see through. What frame did I start on today? I think I was on frame like 7 or 8. Up to 15 now. Now we're cooking with gas. Now, excuse me. All right. Now I think I want to, do I want to keep this shape for the stretch and just bring it up this way? Then take out the stretch up here. Or do I want to immediately take the stretch out? That is the question. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the stretch out. No, I want to have at least one frame of it stretched up this way, and then I'll take the stretch out. And then on the flip side, I'll have it there. Yeah. So let's grab a frame with the shape that I want. I'm going to use that for a model sheet. We're going to have it about like this. I'm trying to visualize my spacing here because I've sped up the eye quite a bit before impact like I should, and now it's slowed and it should be kind of quick again. I'm thinking just bring it all the way up here, and then when I get about here, slow it up, speed it up, slow it up, speed it up, slow it up, speed it up. Yeah, so I'm gonna throw you right about here. I don't know what the crap we're listening to. This is some bull shit. I really do apologize for whoever made this song. It is just not my taste. Your work is fine. It is just not to my liking. As we all know, art is subjective. And right now I'm being subjected to some bullshit. Alright. Why does it keep playing that same song. Oh, that's the artist. Okay. I keep thinking that. Okay. So yeah, Boogie is not misspelled. It's Stuart Bogey. It's the name of the artist. Okay. I'm switching to let's do some jazz. Jazz. I ain't play this shit. Alright, let's get my shuffle going. And let's do it. I should go back to that last one. Okay. I can get down with it. Alright. I have no idea how I'm gonna show me capturing this. I think I'm gonna have to. I don't want to think about that right now. That's gonna be a crazy day. Probably gonna do my cheap paper demo and capture day. Either week after next? I don't know. It all depends on how quickly we keep going on this. This has been going kind of fast now that I've gotten into the meat of the animation. Last week was kind of slow starting. And on top of that, it was slow to start the stream, and then we started doing all types of extra stuff. The coloring of the zombie phase, deciding on whether or not we were gonna redo this or just do a basic bitch ball bounce. Went off on a couple tangents last week. This week I'm a little bit more focused. I was kind of thrown off by stream starting late last week, so if you were here for that fiasco, I apologize again. That was a pretty snazzy beat. See where I'm at, 17%. I really could crank this up if it'll help. But anywho, check my stream health for a little bit while I take a breather. It's always good to step back from your animation every while, so you can kind of see what see what you're doing. Give your brain a break. It's very important. You don't want to run out of steam. Not that I'm running out of steam. I just don't want that to be an issue. Alright. That's looking good. Okay. Let's get back to our animation. Coming up on our second arc. Now we're going to go back to original size and shape for our eyeball now that we've come up this far in our arc. No need for squash anymore or stretch. And do I want to borrow the old frame? Yeah, I think I might borrow an old frame for a model sheet. Or I might just stick with, yeah, I'm gonna, no, that's not quite a model sheet. I'm just gonna use my stencil because I don't want to create more work than I need to. Anywho. So now I'm going to go back to my original size and shape on my eyeball, and I'm gonna do them right about here because we need to slow up as we're coming to the top of this arc and get our overlaps. Pencil. Then we're just going to dive right in and ink it as we've been doing before. Okay. I'm trying to do this without having my hand all over the camera, but I think it is unavoidable. Let's close this up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I really don't like that at all. I think I'm just gonna definitely trash that. Anywho. Alright, keeping it rolling. Let's see. Yeah, we should be right in here. Yeah, right about here. Get about halfway from our previous drawing. Should make for a good spot. So, once again, as I said, debating on how well stream goes tonight, on whether or not I will show a bonus movie of the previous animation that I did. A couple of factors on whether or not I show that. One being my mood, one being chat participation, and just however I feel. Hopefully my hair that's 50 bazillion times better. just semi-perfect enough to not look machined. Because that's not what I want. I don't want completely perfect. Keeping that hand quality, that handmade look. Because that's why we're doing it on paper, because we want it to be by hand. If we want it picture perfect. Smurf. Yeah, this guy. Okay, so you're here. You want to go to about... You're at about 20. We're going to take you up to about 25. Keeping my eye on the prize. I'll go right about you. Right. Alright. I love animation, I really do. I just can't express how much I love animation. And I love it in all forms. I like 2D, I like 3D, I like pencil and paper, I like clay, I like stop motion, I love it. Which is one of the reasons why I started this animation series, so I can show people different ways to animate and get more people into animation. I think the more people that are into animation, the more animations we'll have, the more fresh ideas we'll get to see, the more better the world will be. Because art makes the world go round. I don't care about gravity and the sun and all that kind of shit. It's all about the art. It's what makes the world go round. Let's get our janky eye color for our zombie. It's a pretty decent beat. I like it. All right. Frame 18 is done. Where we at on the arc? Okay, so put the next one about here. 2, 3. Stretch it again. Impact. Squash a bit. Just a teeny bit. And then that'll be the end of our squashing and stretching. We're gonna keep it fairly standard size throughout the rest of the animation as we continue on. Slide this over a bit, get this a bit centered. All right, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you enjoy the stream, be sure to check out YouTube for my archive of episodes. This is episode 3. We're not too far into it. First episode, I went over the principles of animation and laid down the foundation for all animation, depending, no matter what you do, whether it's 2D, 3D, stop motion, animating, I don't know, boogers, whatever you want to animate. you gotta apply those principles of animation, which I go over in that first episode. So it's a rough episode, my first stream, but gotta start somewhere. My wine cup is now half full again, which makes for glass number 2, which means stream is going good. Not too many technical difficulties this time, I hope. Okay. So, please be sure to chime in any questions you might have on about animation. Anything that you're not clear on, anything that might need repeating. Even if it's something you missed before, I'll be sure to go over it again. It's not a big deal. And if you got questions about anything else, doesn't necessarily have to be animation, I will try my best to answer. And if I don't have an answer, I'll fake it. This is nice and relaxing. I mean, in addition to the wine, very relaxing. Yeah, I almost used the wrong. Wait. Yeah, it is this guy. I almost used the wrong hole for a second. And we all know that she doesn't want that. Did I use that hole last time, or did I use this one? Now I'm confused. I'm starting to doubt. Let me pull this off, because I don't want to go too far into it before. No, same size. You know what? I'm just going to use this. So I don't have to worry about accidentally using the wrong stencil. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm digging this beat. I can actually work to this shit. Unlike some of that other stuff I've been listening to. this is project number 1. Our bouncing ball done with pencil and paper. After this guy, we're going to go digital. We'll be doing pretty much the same thing, but we won't be doing a zombie eye. We'll be doing something else, but it'll essentially be the same thing. A bouncing ball done frame by frame, and we'll do it with either Photoshop or with Toon Boom Harmony. I haven't decided yet which software I want to use, but it really doesn't matter which software you use. It's going to be the same process. Only difference is going to be what buttons you click and where you find the options in the menu. So I might do half and half. Might do half of one in Photoshop, because that's a pretty common program that a lot of people have. Not a lot of people have Toon Boom, but Toon Boom's professional software. So I can't expect a lot of people to have it. So I might just do Photoshop, even though I would rather work in Toon Boom. I might just do Photoshop. I'll make that decision later. For right now, just focus on what I'm doing here. Move my hand out the way, which is traditional on paper animation. Keeping it simple with a ball bounce. And it's just one frame after the other. I'm drawing it. As you saw, like I did with this one, using previous images as a model is a really good idea, because it helps to keep your volumes the same, which is extremely important with animation. It's one of those animation principles that we talked about in that first episode, which falls under the quality characteristics. You want to keep those volumes the same. You don't want your character to grow or stretch or whatever you're doing to increase as you go along. You want to keep it the same. How many do we have here? 1, 2, 3. I will do one more and then I will peel off again. It's starting to get hard to see again. And I cannot stress enough that when you're animating on paper, to number your drawings so that you can keep track of the order. So if things get shuffled or misplaced or knocked over or whatever, you can know what number drawing it was. All right. I think that looks about right. There, if you can. I think that helps. You can kind of see how it's starting to come together. I'm on frame 18. And I just need to keep moving. You know, it's kind of, you know, if you play RPGs, doing animation is kind of like level grinding, where you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. And it can get repetitive, and sometimes you get bored with it. Music helps. Taking frequent breaks helps. Doing something else helps. There's a lot of little. I can't see this anymore. I gotta peel it off. And what you don't want is burn yourself out. So you definitely want to keep things moving along, but try not to burn yourself out. There's a lot of work to be done, regardless of how you're animating. All right. I'm starting to amass quite a stack over here of eyeball frames. What am I listening to? I gotta hold on. I can't do this. I just can't. I'm sorry. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's go back to hip hop. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm tightening it in so much, as you can see, the previous drawing and the new drawing are going to be very close together. And the reason for that is we are shrinking our spacing. We're just going to slow the movement as it reaches the top of an arc. It's just going to slow down as gravity is starting to pull it more towards the ground versus it accelerating upward. This is so awkward trying to do this and keep the paper in view so that you can see as I draw. Alright. That is good there. let's move that out the way. Don't want that to get wrinkled. I like this. It's kind of hot. I really like this beat. I'm gonna have to bring this one back. So, trying to think of a topic to discuss as I work. Keep things a little interesting around here. I guess I can discuss, what haven't I talked about yet? I hope I haven't talked about my challenge. If you are a, let's say 17 and older, I encourage you to take the blue ball challenge. Animate a bouncing blue ball from left to right in any media you want. 1 to 2 seconds. And then send me a link to the video. I want to see what you can do. Doesn't matter how you choose to do it, be it 2D, 3D, however you want to do it. If you are 17 and above, I'd like for you to do your ball in blue, and animate from left to right on your screen, and show me what you got. I'd love to see what people do with their ball bounce. I am also, if you are 16 and below, I would like for you to do a red ball, just to kind of do a little brackets. Do a red ball. Same rules. Otherwise, left to right. Do whatever form of animation you want to do. 2D, 3D, stop motion. Cut out. Whatever you want to do. And what I'm going to do with all the videos anyone links to me, I'm going to download them and I will put them all together into one long video. And I want to see how long I can make this video. Put whatever kind of background you can come up with. For my video, I'm going to do mine in stop motion because it'll give me an excuse to experiment with stop motion. I have not actually done stop motion animation yet, even though I know how to do it. I just haven't had the chance to do it yet. So I will be doing that. That will probably be the 3rd or 4th, because I want to do 2D traditional, which is what we're doing now. Then we're going to switch to digital, still frame by framing it, and then after that we're going to do a 2D where we use a rig, where you're not drawing the same image throughout the animation, using a single image throughout the whole animation and just manipulating that image, which is kind of a flash style animation. And then after that we're going to move into 3D, do 3D after that, and then I think I'll do stop motion after 3D animation. Yeah, I think that's the game plan for right now. That might change. It might change. I might change it up, just depending on how things are going and what I want to do personally. But anywho, gotta get faster at drinking this wine. It's starting to get warm. And room temperature white wine, it's not the business. And if I was drinking a Merlot or something, then sure. But for the white, not white, be sure to like, subscribe, follow if you so choose. Comments are always encouraged as long as they're have substance to them. I like comments, even if they're telling me that I'm doing things wrong, but are specific as to what I'm doing wrong. So I can say, hey, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. I'm fine with those kind of comments. If you just want to say, dude, you suck, and nothing else, then I'm not gonna give your opinion 2 cents, because that's not worth anything to me to just say something's bad without having any way of backing it up. If you don't like something, that's fine, but back it up. Alright. Throw a little shout out to all my streaming places. YouTube, I see you. Twitch, I see you. Picarto, I see you. Alright. I am running low on paper. Not low on paper, but low on what I peeled out to work with. So I'm going to have to stop and peel out some more. This shit right here jamming. And my wine glass is empty. I'll fix that in a second. So, I am, as you may or may not know, I am working on several projects. I am working on a motion graphic novel that is super duper on point. It is coming along slowly but surely, and I cannot wait to share the details of that project with you. I am also working on a card game. Card game is actually close to completion. I just haven't done any artwork for it, but I've made the rules and all that kind of good stuff that needs to be done for a card game, and I just need to do the artwork for it. and then I'll excuse me, and then I'll start production on my card game and hopefully get that sold. Card game is a drinking game. Surprise, surprise. And it's kind of a fantasy base. You got knights and wizards and shit like that. But anyway, that's another project I'm working on. Got motion graphic novel. We got card game. In addition to those, we also got a reboot, if you will, of the Pimp Saga series, which is an animation series I did way back in the day. I'm going to be rebooting that. As I mentioned last episode, that was done in a very it wasn't done with in the way that I wanted it to be done. It was done with, you know, Machinima, you know, game engine type stuff, and I want it to be done with pure animation stuff where I have more control over it and I get to do everything that I want it to do. So I'll be revamping that. It'll be the same old Pimp Saga, but with new details, more backstory, new characters, bigger action, more suspense, more everything. And I know there are a lot of people out there who have been looking forward for Pimp Saga to return, because I kind of was a dick and I left Pimp Saga off on a cliffhanger and didn't finish the series. But I am, as promised, I am working on bringing that back. That's definitely in the pipeline. And then, let's see what else. Got the motion graphic novel. Got the Pimp Saga remix. Yeah, we're gonna call it a remix, because it's not a remake. And it's not a reboot. It's a remix. Yeah, that is the idea. That is perfect way to describe it, because it's not a reboot and it's not a remake. It's a flipping remix. Alright. Number my frame. Alright. Let's see what else. What else am I got cooking up? So I got Pimp Saga remix, motion graphic novel that I'm not going to go into details on because I'm still keeping that under wraps. My card game, which is a drinking game. I might share that pretty soon. Might start working on some artwork for that. And see what I can get done on that. What? This shit is jamming. Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna turn this shit up some. Turn it up a little bit for you. Turn it up a lot of bit for me. Hopefully that doesn't come through. What? I'm just over here jamming. Fuck the bullshit. See, this is the kind of fucking beat I could fucking put on Pimp Saga. It's that shit. What? This shit right here is jamming. Alright. I'm really loving this beat. This shit is pretty sweet. Let's see. What else do I got cooking? I got a few. I wouldn't say they're in the pipeline yet, but I got tons of ideas for some other stuff that I'm gonna do. I got quite a few ideas for a lot of different stuff. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope, nope. Dude. Come on, YouTube. Stop being a bitch. Why would you not go back to the... Oh my God. Don't tell me I can't go back to that song. Why? That shit was jamming. What if I do this? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I was about to get seriously upset. This song is fucking jamming. That is looking very nice, pretty nice. What? Why do I have... Seriously, why do I have a blank page? Why? Am I tripping? I have a blank frame in here, like I numbered it and everything, and then didn't do anything with it. I guess it'll be alright. I'll just leave it off to the side for now. That's gonna bother me later. Ooh, I need to stretch my limbs for a minute. Stretch my limbs for a minute. While I'm stretching my limbs for a minute, I can refill my wine glass. All right. That makes glass number 3. This is a pretty decent beat. It ain't jamming like that last one though. Now I'm just kind of think as I kind of let my hands decompress and everything just kind of relax a minute. Kind of as I was talking about earlier, I want to take those brain breaks, just kind of mellow out. Even though animating itself can be very relaxing. I don't get it. Something that can be so relaxing can also be so stressful at the same time. It's like when things are going good, it's very relaxing, and then when they're going bad, it's like super stressful, and you just want to choke the whole planet. But you need the planet, so you can't choke the whole planet. Just want to choke half of it. Okay, so okay, what other projects am I working on? I'm also doing another motion graphic. I do motion graphics. Very different styles, very different target audiences. So got that going too. In addition to all these different projects, I also got a commission that I'm working on. So I gotta do an animation for a client. Got my own animations, motion graphic novels, card game in development, and I also have a regular job. Like, very busy all the time. Even when I'm not busy, I'm busy, because I'm like busy in my head, you know what I mean? Just to kind of like, you know, keep things going a lot of times. Like even if I'm just sitting there, in my head I'll be thinking about the different projects that I'm working on, thinking strategy, planning things, just kind of working while not working at the same time, as a way to kind of semi-relax, not 100% relax. I do that when I'm asleep. That's the time to relax, when I'm asleep. When it's bedtime, here we go. Everything shuts off, and I just gotta get rest. But as far as like any other time, if I'm not asleep, I'm busy. I always gotta do something. This is a pretty good beat right here. But I am pardon me, starting to get a bit tired. I don't know how much longer I'll stream. Getting pretty far in this animation, pretty far. So when I started, I was like way up here today. I was like up there somewhere in the animation. Now I'm all the way up here. So make quite a fair bit of progress. And the rest of it will go rather quickly. I might save the rest of it for next stream. Maybe, I don't know. I might do a little bit more. I still feel up to it. I just need a breather. I'm gonna hit the pause button and just take a few minutes.
time, but I gave it all mine. Now I'm empty, gave it every single cent to every penny. Don't just forget me, cause that's the way of the world. And I can't hold the weight of the world if I can't pay the rent and keep food on the plate. Well then what do I say to my girl? Like sorry, but it didn't work. Guess I probably should have thought about dinner first, but it's not the first. I know I've been a jerk, cause I spent my whole life trying to make this shit work. Gotta focus on the green and put aside my dreams and pay every bill by any means. I can't hang with the cousin of death, cause when you're broke, there's no time to rest. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away to be buried and lay in the dirt. My man, for what it's worth, I try to put everybody that I love first. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away to be buried and lay in the dirt. My man, for what it's worth, I try to put everybody that I love first. And I don't make music for the masses, but I always fit a track for a casket. Though I probably never sell amounts massive, I will always try to give you something classic, and that's real, even if I'm dead broke. And I'll always be the first till the end, so I do what I can, and I'll take what they're giving me, and try to make a buck in this land of liberty. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away to be buried and lay in the dirt. My man, for what it's worth, I try to put everybody that I love first. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away to be buried and lay in the dirt. My man, for what it's worth, I try to put everybody that I love first. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away. Don't let me get carried away, so I don't get carried away to be buried and lay in the dirt. In the dirt.
animation. I need this to decompress for a bit. But I am starting to get to that point where I think my when I'm gonna start to make mistakes and things like that, because it's just what happens when, you know, well, for me at least, when I get really tired, I just start to make silly mistakes and things like that, and that is not something I want to do. Come back to it. Let's say go to this joint. So yeah, this will be my last one. By the time I'm done with that, then I'll wrap the stream up and starting to wind down. So definitely wrap this up soon. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on showing Pimp Saga or anything tonight. I'm just kind of tired, kind of out of it. Running on E, if you will. squash down. Yep, definitely gonna squash the next one. Squash the next one and then bring it back. We're almost finished with this guy. Yeah, I definitely want to save the Rex for the next stream. Because I'm getting pretty tired. Not like sleepy tired, just kind of over it. I tend to try to animate when I'm at my best, because whenever I try to force it, it just comes out craptacular, and I don't want craptacular. I want awesomeness. So this will be my last frame for tonight, and then we'll continue next Friday. I might do another extra stream between now and Friday. It won't be this. It'll be it'll probably be some more basic bitch art stream. Probably work on my mermaid some more, or maybe on some of the other projects I got going. I got a mermaid that I'm drawing. It's a digital illustration, doing it under Photoshop. It's kind of I mean, it's a mermaid, but instead of it being your scaly type of mermaid, it's kind of a orca base. So she's got this, you know, black and white orca type pattern to her, and she's just like laying on the beach, just chillaxing. So I might do that. I'm also working on a little fan art of Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, and he's just kind of like doing his standing in his normal stance, you know, with his sword, but instead of him having the Buster Sword, he's wielding the Soul Edge from Soul Calibur, kind of a crossover, and that's going pretty good. I'm almost finished with that one. I think I might animate that one. Nothing too fancy. Just have Cloud do his little spin, sword spin before settling into his victory pose. I might do that. Haven't decided. What else am I working on? Quite a bit. But that might happen if I decide to stream before Friday. But if I don't, then definitely come back next Friday at 10 o'clock. We will continue on with our bouncing ball animation. We will probably, based on how much we did tonight, we probably finish it next stream, which should be pretty awesome. And then we're gonna do a more, I don't know if I want to do a more advanced paper animation, or do I want to move on to ball bounce in another format? Because ball bounces are super simple, definitely not character animation, very straightforward, principle heavy. which is why I chose to do this. Just to kind of like show the process. I think I might go through and do the ball bounces in all the different media and then go back and do different animations, more advanced animations in the different medias versus doing ball bounce and then something advanced, ball bounce and something advanced, ball bounce, something advanced throughout the different media. I think that'll be a little bit more productive versus my original idea of ball bounce and then different style. We'll do all the ball bounces first and then do some kind of character or vehicle or something else. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Because that way I can have some variety, as well as make sure I hit all the different types of animation. Which means I'll need to go out and buy clay for my stop motion sooner than I anticipated. So yeah, that'll be the plan. Next week we will continue on our animation. We'll probably finish this guy up, and then depending on what time we finish, we'll either finish and just be done for the stream, or we'll finish and start on the process of capturing the animation and putting it into the computer. Also, we might do a little bonus content. Might do a Pimp Saga stream, or maybe a Terror Tales or something like that. Or it all depends on how the next stream goes. Got a couple people here. Pretty quiet in the chat. A couple of lurkers just hanging out, chilling, watching, which I don't mind. I kind of want to have a bit more of a larger audience before I show some of my some of those other animations. For right now, we're just gonna wrap this up here, and I'm just rambling on for no reason. So let me just fade this down. All right. And this will be me signing off on RJanime. I hope you learned something today. Hope you enjoyed watching the stream, watching the process of me animating, pencil and paper, pen, Sharpies, all that good stuff. I hope you will like and subscribe as you see fit. I hope you will donate as you see fit. I also hope that you will leave comments as you see fit. And I really, really, really hope to see everyone next week. I hope everyone's life treats them well until next week. And I hope everyone will animate on their own. I want to see some bouncing balls, or do something else if you don't want to do a bouncing ball. I suggest you start with a ball bounce if you have not animated before driving into something more complex like a person. Because animating a ball and animating a person, while it does entail the same steps, a person is a lot more complex, and you got to think about the person's character, personality, and where they're from, and what kind of upbringing they had. All those things can kind of play into a person's character, because that's life. You're not just who you are today. You're who you are today is the culmination of everyone you've been since you were born and everyone you've been around since you were born. All those people and everything influence you to be the person that you are today. And that makes a difference in how you move and how you talk and all that jazz. Um, which I will probably go into detail in when we start doing some of our more advanced projects. But on that note, I am going to stop talking and just end the stream here. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all again.